Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another chilling dive into the unknown. Tonight, we unravel a tale that's equal parts mystery, terror, and cosmic wonder. It's called The Whispering Lights, a terrifying UFO encounter in the Forgotten Woods. This story is inspired by real accounts of unexplained aerial phenomena, blended with the eerie folklore of ancient forests, where the veil between worlds grows thin. Imagine stepping into a place where the stars don't just shine, they speak, where lights in the sky aren't just distant planets, but harbingers of something far more sinister. Our story begins in the summer of 2017, in the remote Eldridge Forest of upstate New York, a place forgotten by time, shrouded in legends of lost hikers, strange disappearances, and whispers carried on the wind. Locals avoid it after dark, claiming the trees themselves murmur secrets from beyond. But for three friends, Alex, Mia, and Jordan, it was the perfect spot for a weekend getaway. Little did they know, their camping trip would become a nightmare etched into the annals of UFO lore. Alex was the skeptic, a software engineer from the city who laughed at ghost stories. Mia, his girlfriend, was the believer, an amateur paranormal investigator with a blog full of EVP recordings and blurry photos. Jordan, their childhood friend, was the adventurer, always pushing boundaries with his drone and survival gear. They packed their tents, drove deep into the woods, and set up camp by a crystal-clear lake under a canopy of ancient oaks. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of crimson and gold, they built a fire and shared stories. Alex mocked Mia's tales of alien abductions, while Jordan flew his drone overhead, capturing footage of the darkening forest. But as night fell, something changed. The air grew unnaturally still. No crickets chirped, no owls hooted. It was as if the forest held its breath. That's when they saw it. The first light. Let me paint the scene for you. The trio sat around the crackling campfire, marshmallows roasting on sticks. Mia was recounting a story she'd read about the Betty and Barney Hill abduction, the famous case from the 1960s where a couple claimed to have been taken by extraterrestrials on a rural road. They described gray beings with large eyes, she said, her voice animated. And missing time. Hours they couldn't account for. Alex rolled his eyes. Come on, Mia. It's all hypnosis and suggestion. Probably just a bad dream after seeing too many sci-fi movies. Jordan chuckled, checking his drone's battery. Well, if aliens do show up tonight, I'll get it on camera. This thing has night vision. They laughed it off, but as the conversation lulled, Jordan launched the drone. It buzzed upward, its camera feeding live video to his phone. The screen showed the treetops swaying gently, the lake reflecting the moon. Like a silver mirror, everything seemed peaceful. Until it wasn't. About 10 minutes into the flight, Jordan's face paled. Guys, look at this. He tilted the phone toward them. High above the forest, a cluster of lights appeared. 3 orbs, pulsing in sync like a heartbeat. They weren't stars. They moved erratically, darting left and right, before hovering in a perfect triangle formation. Mia gasped. That's not a plane or a drone. Look how they sync up. Alex leaned in, skeptical but intrigued. Probably satellites or some military test. We're not far from that old airbase. But as they watched, the lights descended, growing brighter. The drone's feed glitched, static, flickering across the screen. Then, a low hum filled the air, not from the drone, but from everywhere. It vibrated through their chests, like the bass of an invisible subwoofer. Jordan tried to bring the drone back, but it wouldn't respond. "Controls are frozen," he shouted. On the screen, one of the lights approached the drone, enveloping it in a glow. The feed cut to blank. Panic set in. They grabbed flashlights and scanned the sky. There they were, the lights, now visible to the naked eye, hovering just above the tree line. They emitted a soft, ethereal glow. One blue, one green, one red. And then the whispers started. At first, it was faint, like wind rustling leaves. But as the lights pulsed, words formed. Indistinct at first, but growing clearer. "Come closer. See the truth." Mia's eyes widened. "Did you hear that? It's speaking." Alex shook his head. "It's the wind, or our imagination. Let's pack up and go." But Jordan, ever the bold one, stepped forward. "No way. This could be huge. Mia, get your recorder." As Mia fumbled for her audio device, the lights descended further, illuminating the campsite in an otherworldly hue. The fire flickered wildly, as if disturbed by an unseen force, and the whispers grew louder, echoing in their minds. "We have waited for you, the chosen." The friends froze, transfixed by the descending lights. The blue orb was the largest, about the size of a small car, humming with energy that made the air tingle. It landed softly on the lake's edge, not with a crash, but with a gentle ripple, as if defying gravity. Up close, it wasn't a solid craft. It shimmered like a mirage, translucent and shifting. Inside, vague shapes moved, elongated figures with glowing eyes. The whispers intensified, now in multiple voices, overlapping like a chorus from another dimension. The veil thins. Join us. Remember. Mia activated her recorder, her hands shaking. "This is Mia Reynolds, Eldridge Forest, July 15th, 2017. We're witnessing something incredible. Lights in the sky, voices. They're communicating." Jordan pulled out his phone, filming, despite the low battery warning. Alex, still in denial, approached cautiously. "Hello? If this is some prank, it's not funny." But as he spoke, the green light pulsed, and a beam shot out, scanning him like a barcode reader. Alex stumbled back, clutching his head. "What the? It feels like memories flooding in. Wait, I remember. Something from childhood. A light in my room." Mia rushed to him. "Alex, what do you mean?" He blinked, confused. "When I was a kid, I had nightmares about lights outside my window. My parents said it was just airplanes, but this feels familiar." The whispers responded. "Yes, you were marked. Long ago." Jordan's phone glitched, the video distorting. "Guys, we need to run. This isn't right." But before they could move, the red light expanded, enveloping the campsite in a dome of crimson energy. Time seemed to slow. The fire froze mid-flame. Birds in the distance halted their calls, and then the figures emerged. They weren't the classic grays of UFO lore. These beings were tall, ethereal, with skin like liquid silver that rippled under the light. Their eyes were voids, black holes that pulled you in. One stepped forward, its form flickering like a hologram. It didn't speak with a mouth. The words came from everywhere. We are the Watchers, guardians of the threshold. You have entered our domain. Mia, brave despite her fear, asked, "What do you want from us?" The being tilted its head. "Knowledge. Exchange. Your world forgets the old pacts. The stars whisper truths, but humanity listens no more." Alex, recovering, demanded, "Pacts? What are you talking about?" The whispers swelled. "Eons ago, your ancestors communed with us, shared wisdom, but greed severed the bond. Now, anomalies appear, lights in your skies, to remind you, to call the chosen back." Jordan whispered, "This is insane. Are they aliens or something else?" The being extended a tendril-like arm, touching Jordan's forehead. Visions flashed in his mind. Ancient civilizations building pyramids under guiding lights. Medieval knights witnessing fiery chariots. Modern pilots chasing UFOs. "We are not invaders," it said. "We are echoes of what was." But the encounter turned dark. The dome tightened, and a pulling sensation gripped them, like gravity inverting. Mia screamed as her recorder flew from her hand, disintegrating into sparks. As the dome constricted, the whispers became chaotic, a cacophony of voices from different eras, snippets of languages long dead, Latin, Sumerian, even binary code, mixed with pleas. "Help us, the rift grows, darkness approaches." The beings flickered, their forms destabilizing. "Intruders," one hissed. "Not all who watch are benevolent." Suddenly, a new light appeared in the sky. A massive, disc-shaped craft, black as void, with red veins pulsing like arteries. It descended with a deafening roar, shattering the dome. The ethereal beings scattered, their whispers turning to screams. "Flee! The harvesters come!" The friends bolted into the forest, hearts pounding. Branches whipped their faces as they ran blindly. Behind them, the disc craft landed with a thud that shook the earth. Deploying smaller probes that hummed like angry bees, Jordan glanced back. "What the hell are those? Military?" Mia panted. "No, look at the symbols. They're not human." The probes gave chase, beams of light sweeping the underbrush. One caught Alex's leg, numbing it instantly. He fell, crying out, "Go! Leave me!" But Mia and Jordan dragged him onward, into a ravine. They hid behind boulders as the probes hovered overhead, scanning. The whispers returned, faint but guiding. "This way!" Following the voices, they stumbled upon an ancient cave, hidden by vines. Inside, glowing runes covered the walls, symbols matching those on the discraft. "These are old," Mia whispered. "Prehistoric, maybe." As they caught their breath, the whispers clarified. "We are the Luminari, protectors of the gate. The harvesters seek to exploit it, to harvest souls for their dying world." Alex, rubbing his leg, asked, "Gate? To where?" "To the beyond. Dimensions intersect here. Your UFOs are bleed-throughs, vessels crossing realms, but the harvesters corrupt it, abducting to fuel their machines." Jordan checked his phone. Miraculously, it had one bar. "We need to call for help." But as he dialed, a probe entered the cave, its beam locking on. The whispers urged, "Use the light within." Mia, in desperation, touched a rune. It glowed, and a surge of energy repelled the probe, exploding it in sparks. Emboldened, they delved deeper into the cave, guided by the luminary's whispers. The tunnels twisted like veins, lit by bioluminescent fungi that pulsed in rhythm with the voices. Hurry! The harvesters closed the net. Emerging into a vast chamber, they found a crystalline structure, a portal, swirling with colors like the aurora borealis. Around it, artifacts lay scattered. Stone tablets with star maps, metallic debris from past crashes, even a rusted dog tag from a World War II pilot. "This is like Roswell underground," Jordan muttered. "Crashed UFOs, hidden away." The whispers explained. "Many have crossed, some by accident, others called. Your governments know. Area 51, Project Blue Book. They suppress to prevent panic. But the harvesters infiltrate, posing as your leaders' allies." Suddenly, the discraft's hum echoed through the cave. Shadows elongated as harvester beings appeared. Hulking, armored figures with mechanical limbs and glowing red eyes. They weren't ethereal like the Luminari. These were invaders, cold and calculating. One advanced, its voice a metallic rasp. "Surrender the chosen. Your essence will sustain us." A chase ensued through the tunnels. Beams singed the walls as the friends dodged. Mia activated more runes, creating barriers of light. But Jordan was hit, collapsing in agony. Visions assaulted him, being strapped to a table, probes in his skin, memories extracted like data files. "No!" Mia screamed, pulling him free. Alex fought back, hurling rocks that sparked against the armor. They reached the portal. The Luminari urged, "Cross. We will guide you back. But first, witness the truth." With no choice, they stepped through. Reality warped. They floated in a void, stars rushing past like comets. Whispers narrated, "See the web of worlds. Earth is a nexus. UFOs are bridges, some benevolent, others predatory." They glimpsed alien cities on distant planets, wars between factions, and Earth's history intertwined. Pyramids as landing pads, crop circles as messages. But the harvesters followed, their ship materializing. A tractor beam pulled Jordan away. He vanished into the void, screaming. In the void, time lost meaning. Alex and Mia clung together as the Luminari battled the harvesters in a cosmic light show, beams clashing like lasers in a sci-fi epic. "We cannot hold them long," the whispers warned. "Return. Warn your kind. The invasion begins." They were ejected back to the cave, gasping for air. Jordan was gone. The portal sealed with a thunderclap, runes fading. Stumbling out into dawn, they found the forest transformed. Trees scorched, the lake drained. Their campsite was a crater, as if a meteor had struck. Sirens wailed in the distance. Black helicopters circled overhead. Men in suits arrived. Government agents, badges flashing. Department of Anomalous Phenomena. They confiscated Mia's remaining gear, injecting Alex with something that blurred his memories. This never happened, one said. National security. But Mia had hidden a memory card. Back in the city, she uploaded fragments online, anonymously. The video went viral. Glitchy footage of lights, whispers captured on audio. Forums exploded with theories. Was it a hoax or proof of interdimensional war? Alex, haunted by flashes, researched obsessively. He uncovered declassified files. Similar incidents in Eldridge Forest dating back centuries. Native American legends of sky spirits, whispering prophecies. Even a 1947 report linking it to Roswell, debris from a dimensional craft crash. Mia started her own investigation, interviewing witnesses. One old man claimed abduction in the 80s. They took my brother, whispered about a coming alignment when gates open wide. Jordan's fate remained unknown. Sometimes at night, Alex and Mia heard faint whispers. I'm here, fighting, return soon. Years passed, but the story didn't end. In 2023, strange lights reappeared over Eldridge Forest. Drones captured footage of a massive rift in the sky. Whispers audible on recordings. The chosen return. Prepare. Alex and Mia, now married and running a UFO podcast, return to the woods. Armed with tech and resolve, they sought the cave. As they approached, the lights descended once more. This time, a figure emerged. Jordan, aged but alive, his eyes glowing with otherworldly light. I was taken to their world. The harvesters are coming. But the luminary showed me how to fight. The whispers, their keys. Listen, and you'll hear the call to arms. As the rift opened, beams shot skyward. Battling incoming crafts, the friends stood united, whispers swelling into a symphony. Humanity awakens, the stars align, defend the veil. And so, the tale of the whispering lights continues. Is it real or a collective delusion? UFO sightings spike worldwide. Perhaps the invasion is nigh. Or maybe it's a reminder. Look to the skies, listen to the whispers, and question everything. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If this story chilled you to the bone, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Have you heard the whispers? Sweet dreams, or should I say, watch the skies.